Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Guru Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai, Grandraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Patidavan Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Everybody got Bhagavad Gita? Good. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Thirayet. Ashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati ritamashloke bhaktirbhavati naishtaki mukam karoti vachalam pangum langvede giram yatkrpatamaham vande shri gurundinatarina paramananda madhavam shri chaitanyam ishwaram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 6 and verse 46. Page number 298.
Page number
298.
99.
And the text number is 46. Chapter 6, text 46. Okay, let's try to recite it. Tapasibhyo adhiko yogi.
Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi.
Jnanibhyo api mato adhikaha.
Jnanibhyo api mato adhikaha.
Karmibhyascha yogi.
Karmibhyascha adhiko yogi.
Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna.
Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna.
Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi.
Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi.
Jnanibhyo api mato adhikaha.
Jnanibhyo api mato adhikaha.
Karmibhyascha yogi.
Karmibhyascha adhiko yogi.
Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna.
Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna.
Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi.
Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi.
ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतो अधिकः
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुन.
Anybody want to recite?
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतो अधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुन.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. Anybody else? तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः कर्मभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुनः.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः
कर्मभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुनः.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुन.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्यो विमतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
Prabhuji, you also can speak. No problem. Don't worry if you mistake.
No, the previous
299.
46
299 page number.
298.
Sloka
Yeah,
is there,
sloka.
299.
English. Yeah, English.
646. 646.
तपस्विभ्यो
अधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतोऽधिकः चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. Okay, so let's see word by word meaning. Please repeat. Tapasibhyah,
तपस्विभ्यः
then the ascetics. Adhikaha, greater. Yogi, the yogi. Jnanibhyah, than the wise. Api, also. Mataha, considered. Adhikaha, greater. Karmibhyah, than the fruity workers. Cha, also. Adhikaha, greater. Yogi, the yogi. Tasmat, therefore. Yogi, a transcendentalist. Bhava, just become. Arjuna, O Arjuna. Please repeat the translation with me. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Please repeat. A yogi is greater than the ascetic,
A yogi is greater than the ascetic,
greater than the empiricist,
greater than the empiricist,
and greater than the fruity worker.
greater than the fruity worker.
Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi.
Be a yogi.
Please listen to the purport. When we speak of yoga, we refer to linking our consciousness with the supreme absolute truth. Such a process is named differently by various practitioners in terms of the particular method adopted. When the linking process is predominantly in fruitive activities, it is called karma yoga. When it is predominantly empirical, it is called jnana yoga. And when it is predominantly in a devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord, it is called bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, or Krishna consciousness, is the ultimate perfection of all the yogas, as will be explained in the next verse. The Lord has confirmed herein the superiority of yoga, but He has not mentioned that it is better than bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is full spiritual knowledge, and therefore nothing can excel it. Asceticism without self-knowledge is imperfect. Empiric knowledge without surrender to the Supreme Lord is also imperfect. And fruity work without Krishna consciousness is a waste of time. Therefore, the most highly praised form of yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga. And this is still more clearly explained in the next verse. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadam Mahim Dadadi Swakatandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapatagalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Radha Shri Vishakhanvitamsya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya eva cha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our Sunday program. And today, as we recited the shloka, are reading from 6.46 and the chapter entitled Dhyana Yoga. So we are actually on to the last two verses of this chapter. And as the chapter is entitled as Dhyana Yoga, the subject matter of this shloka is also Krishna is mentioning about become a yogi. Tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. So here, Krishna is answering the questions of Arjuna. And then Arjuna was asking several questions. And throughout Bhagavad Gita, we can see there's a question and answers, a dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna. The moment Krishna starts speaking about Dhyana Yoga, especially Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, in other words, we can say it's as Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga means the yoga system which is being enunciated by Patanjali. Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is primarily based on the Ashtanga. Ashtanga means 8 limbs. Anybody who has never heard about Ashtanga Yoga? Okay, so then I can ask somebody, what are the Ashtangas? 8 limbs of... Oh, you have not heard Mataji? Okay, Mataji saved you all. Okay, so now Mataji, I was in a safe position like 2 seconds before. Now I am in a difficult situation. No problem. I'll see you later. Ashtanga means 8 limbs of yoga system, which actually starts with what is that first one? No, first one is Yama.
Yama.
Hare Krishna, come. Yama, Niyama. Yama, Niyama. So basically, in order to start anything and everything, what you have to know? You have to know, what are the do's and don'ts of that particular thing. Okay? So in order to, let's say for example, if you're going to a gym, first and foremost, instead of your PT or the personal trainer, instead of giving you a dumbbell, he will say what are the do's and don'ts, right? So Yama and Niyama are basically do's and don'ts, right? Then Yama, Niyama, Asana. Then he will be putting you on a asana, just like Prabhu is doing a perfect asana here. That's the right asana to do anything and everything, basically, right? That is when your body will be stabilized. That's your body will be stabilized. So this one is one of the asanas. So you will be given proper postures. There are several asanas, right? This is there is something called a Shavasana. Have you heard about Shavasana? What is that, Prabhu? Prabhu is laughing. So I think Prabhu is very familiar with Shavasana. Shavasana.
Every day 8 hours.
8 hours we do Shavasana. Shavasana means we just lie down on a flat surface or a flat plane, and then you focus on the Paramatma, and then you will get into the deep Sushupti, right? And then you will actually see Paramatma face to face. That is Shavasana. That's what we are doing every day 8 hours, right? So instead of seeing Paramatma, we are seeing something else. That's the only difference. But I'm just saying, there are different, different asanas are there. And so third one is asana. And then we'll take the exercise. We'll start the exercise of pranayama. That's when we'll start controlling the breath, and then we'll be able to focus, right? And then once the pranayama when we get perfect in pranayama, then we will come to the dharana, right? And then dharana is when we will be able to focus, right? And the culmination of focus is dhyana. Dhyana means meditation, right? When you are able to focus, and when you are able to focus for a particular time, and then this focus is not changed, that's when you will be able to meditate. And the perfection of meditation is dhyana, and samadhi. And the perfection of meditation will actually take you to the samadhi, which is the ultimate result of yoga. And that's when you will be able to meditate upon your the final goal, whatever you are trying to achieve by yoga system, and which is your own Paramatma, your own deep inside you. There resides the Paramatma. That is the 8 angas of 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga system. So the yoga, the so-called yoga, whatever we are seeing, or whatever we know about, belongs to which limb so far? No, we see that hot yoga, ice cream yoga.
Goat yoga.
Goat yoga, huh?
Goat
yoga.
Bakri.
Goat yoga.
No, there is Prabhu. All cheaters, Prabhu.
Whatever. So there are so many yogas. Somebody might be manufacturing their own yogas also. So these yogas basically falls into the first 2 levels. Not even first 2 levels. They haphazardly land into the 3rd level. Can anybody remember what was the 3rd level? Asana. Right? They will straight away go into asana. So when you just go there, you say that, okay, I have to do yoga. Okay, you have to do yoga. What is your name? What is your address? What is this thing? Okay, sit.
No. He'll come with a
Yoga mat and all. Yeah.
Mat ready.
And then sit. So straight away,
Asana.
we are not talking about the first 2. What are the first 2?
Yama.
Yama and Niyama, the do's and don'ts, they are not saying. Right? straight away this. So I mean, we are not saying that is bad or anything. At least they are doing yoga, right? Let's appreciate for that. But that is not the yoga. I mean, people, we are actually getting so much carried away by this yoga system. But our scriptures or the Patanjali Yoga Sutra is very, very elaborately speaking about this yoga system. And then the ultimate goal of this yoga is to take us to the topmost position, and that to the level of samadhi. Samadhi means you are actually to reach a position wherein you will actually get the Hare Krishna. We will actually get to the position of liberation from this material world, to become to attain the Supreme Lord. That is the final goal of yoga. And the physical fitness, the mental calmness, or the controlling of your mind, everything is just a side effects or just a bonus, so to speak, of this yoga system. That's it. But we have taken the, these one result of this yoga, and then we have just following after that, right? But that's what it is, right? I mean, we are living in a fast, what's that called? Fast food world. So we don't have time for our samadhi, and we don't need a samadhi also, right? All we need is a physical, healthy body. That's all we need. We don't care about samadhi. Who cares about samadhi? Anybody need samadhi? No. What you need is that I need a flat stomach, right? I need a fit body. I need a, what's that called for? Eight packs, right? Whatever. And then nobody cares about samadhi. Oh, 6 packs, that's true.
Mataji is correct.
He was talking about 8 packs. 6 packs is only for us, Mataji. He's got 8 packs. Right? So, yeah.
Good catch, Mataji. Good catch.
Mataji was chanting, I only have 6 packs. How come there is 8 packs? No, there is somebody here who has got 8 packs. So,
new informations are coming.
exactly. That's what you have to come to this Bhagavad Gita class every day. Every Sunday, basically. Many new things will be revealed. Yogan Prabhu, could you please close that door, Prabhu? Because that's a cold room. Cold air is coming. Thank you. So that is basically the yoga system talking about in our scriptures. Now, when Krishna was actually talking about this yoga system on a very, very high level, very, very high level, just like we say scratching the surface, right? Krishna didn't even go into the in the deep level of yoga, Ashtanga yoga, or anything like that. Krishna said 2 things. One is, you should sit in a secluded place, in a flat surface, put some kusha grass or some deer skin or something, sit on there, sit straight with your posture right, look at the tip of your nose, don't close your eyes too far, don't open it that wide also, that focus on your tip of your nose, and then you just start meditating. The moment Krishna said that, Arjuna said that, no, it is not possible for me. Right? I cannot do this, Krishna. So you tell me, is there anything else I can do? Right? I cannot do that. Why? Because if you just start either looking at my tip of my nose, 2 things will happen. Either one of the 2 things will happen. What will happen?
Sleep.
You may sleep off one.
You may sleep off one, that's true. Second one?
Some people
What
say
if-
giddy also, Prabhu.
Huh?
Giddy.
Yeah.
Headache.
Headache. What if you actually started looking at the tip of your nose for more than 2 minutes?
Headache.
Yeah, that's the giddiness.
Right? So that is impossible, right? So we have to understand that, okay, Krishna is actually saying something which is impractical. But tell me one thing, Prabhu, is this impractical? Don't we have yogis even now also who are actually practicing this yoga system? It is practical. But Arjuna being very merciful to all of us, right? Arjuna was asking Krishna, please stop here. Let's not proceed with this thing. I am representing the common man, you know. So, Aam Aadmi, right? I am representing the Aam Aadmi. So please tell me something which is easy for me. So Arjuna is asking this question. Throughout the Bhagavad Gita, this is the first time Arjuna is actually saying that, you know, this is not possible. Of course, I mean, Arjuna is saying that, okay, Mana, we cannot control the mind. But when Krishna started explaining a process, Arjuna is straight away telling that, okay, Krishna, this is impossible for me. Please say something different. Then Krishna is actually telling that, okay. And then Arjuna asked, like, okay, what if somebody starts doing this yoga system and then fails? Because Arjuna know for sure that this yoga system is extremely difficult. It's like, you know, I don't know here, but in India we say the IAS, the civil service entrance is the most difficult examination to cross. So we know that, you know, out of, you know, whatever, how many thousands of people, you know, do the examination, only very few will pass. Right? So same way Arjuna knew that this is extremely difficult phase to go, or this is extremely difficult process. And then that's when Arjuna is asking, what happens if a person fails? That's when Krishna says that, okay, do not worry, if a person is failing in this process, he will be getting a complimentary prize. How many of you remember that complimentary prize a person getting if he is failing in the yoga process? Not our. We want our congregation members to speak. Anybody remember what is the compensation or the complimentary prize they will be getting? Whoever failed in this yoga practice. That means whoever started and was not able to finish.
Next January.
Yes?
They will get a chance to take birth again, you know, in a
Aristocratic family, correct.
family,
Good.
Well-cultured Brahmana.
Brahmana.
And they don't work for daily bread. They can spend their time for serving them.
Yeah. That is for the persons who have actually done for a longer time and failed. What if for the persons who have done for a shorter time and then failed?
20%.
Anybody remember?
We remember the raven cloud. If the raven cloud moves away from the cloud,
That is
they
it.
start from where they left off. So it's 5%. 10%,
Yes.
or whatever.
The raven cloud is example used by Arjuna saying that, okay, what happens to a person who actually, you know,
Otherwise, they will be elevated to
heavenly planets. That's it. Okay, wonderful. So you are with me, right?
Yes.
That is how we need to study Bhagavad Gita. So tomorrow Anshu Prabhu is actually in his class, in his office, and then his friend said, oh, I heard that you are going to this Sunday program. What about that? And then Anshu Prabhu will say that, you know what, Sunday we discovered Bhagavad Gita. What about Bhagavad Gita? Then he will say, okay, do you have 5 minutes? Let's start. This is how you need to spread the word of Bhagavad Gita, right? And that's how we need to use this study class for, you know, learning and able to teach others. So that's where, you know, Arjuna, that's when Krishna is saying, like, you know, oh Arjuna, do not worry, right? This yoga system is not the yoga system which you are thinking about. Which you are thinking about the yoga system of sitting and doing the postures and everything. It is true. But the real meaning of yoga is something different, Arjuna. So be a yogi. You know, you see where it is coming to? You see how the dialogue Krishna is driving it? It's amazing. Krishna is saying, Tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you become a yogi. And then in the next verse is the most golden verse of this chapter. And the next verse is what Krishna says. What is meant to be a yogi? What is the...
Maybe I am getting that chance from you.
Yeah. So Mataji, so please don't forget to come next week. So Mataji is going to reveal or going to, you know,
The secret will be open.
Give the
opened,
nectar,
right?
provide the nectar.
Yeah, she will actually give you that nectar of knowledge of what is the real meaning of.
I'm not sure, Prabhu, if you all of your mercy is there, I will be able to.
Yes. So, but before that, just below going before that, Krishna is actually giving a hint of this thing, hint of the real answer. So here, that's what Krishna is saying. Arjuna, the yogi which you are thinking is not, which I am talking about, is not the yogi who is just simply sitting down and then doing the meditation. The real yogi is something different, right? That's what Krishna is actually giving a description of where he is going to. It's just like a preface, right? That's what Krishna is saying. Oh, Arjuna, greater than this yogi, you know what I'm talking about? This particular yogi or this particular person, I'm going to talk about in the next verse. Krishna is saying, he is greater than a karmi, is greater than a jnani, he is greater than a tapasvi. What is he saying? This yogi which I'm talking about is greater than a karmi, it's greater than a jnani, and it's greater than a tapasvi. So what are these three things? We spoke about three things, right? One is karmi, jnani, and tapasvi. So what is this karmi?
Fruity workers.
Person in karma yoga. Yes. Any other thoughts?
Fruity workers.
Fruity workers. Any other thoughts?
One who perform ritualistic activities in order to get some result, fruity result.
In order to get some fruity results. Any other?
Materialist.
Yes.
Goal of life is to enjoy. They want
Goal of life is to enjoy. Any other thoughts? How many of you have hearing the karmi for the first time?
Yeah,
Yeah? You're
first
hearing?
time, yeah, no.
Anybody?
Yeah, first time.
First time, right? So karmi is actually started from the word karma. And obviously karma, as all of us know, that karma is something, not this front rows and this row, but somebody else. I want our devotees.
Not even the back row.
Not even that Mataji who is having 8 packs. 6 packs.
That is Prabhu.
Who else? What is karma? Easy thing, right? Prabhu, can you give it a try?
You are responsible for your actions.
You are responsible for your actions. Absolutely true. Right? Anything else? Anybody else?
Responsible for the past actions.
You are responsible for your past actions.
Reaction.
What is that called? Newton's third law of?
Equal and opposite.
Every action.
Right?
Equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? That is one of the definitions of karma. The actual karma is started from the word kar. Kara. Kara means what?
Activity, work.
Kara means
Is it work, Prabhu?
heart, hand.
And,
Karam, right? Right? Tava kara kamala, right?
Yeah.
With hand, what are we doing?
actions.
Who said actions? Jai, give her a big round of applause.
Very good.
With hands we do activities. So karma is actually started from that word, this thing. So karma, again, if you have not heard this before, this is another information. So for all the informations, please do come to our Sunday class. I'm joking. Karma is actions. Now, that doesn't mean that your definition is wrong. No. See, Sanskrit is a language wherein you can actually derive different meanings out of that. Right? So, karma is definitely your, basically the karma, first and foremost meaning is actions, activities. Right? Now, when this karma is being defined, this karma was defined by whom? Who? Brahmadev. Right? He has created the whole thing. And then he had created a manual also. What are the things you should be doing? Right? So you got a refrigerator, or not a refrigerator. Refrigerator everybody can operate. You got a smart TV, right? And if you get a smart TV, then you will actually get a manual along with that one, right? So the person who has created or designed or manufactured this complex system, he only knows how to operate it, right? So he will actually give us a a complex, or he gives a instruction. You do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. And then you correctly follow the guide or the manual, what will happen? The TV will be function properly, correct? Now, without reading the manual, you take the remote and you just started, pressing this thing. TV may work, and you may even malfunction the TV also, correct? I'm just giving a hypothetical example. Don't think too much about that. Last time I did something, doesn't it go wrong? Don't think so. Examples are only for example purpose. Leave it there, okay? So, this manual is actually given for the proper activity, performance of these actions. That is called karma. And that is what Mataji was saying. Doing the activity according to the prescribed manual. SOP, correct? Right? That's exactly how we have to perform. So if a person who is actually performing the activity according to the manual, according to the Shastras, he is doing karma. Right? A person without reading the book and just pressing the remote is actually doing what?
He's doing
Vikarma. Right? Vikarma means illegal activity. Right? He's not saying like, I am also doing karma. No, you are not doing karma. As long as you are not doing according to the Shastras, according to the scriptural references, you are not doing the karma. Is that clear? Very, very basic understanding. Right? So next time when you're talking about karma, you should ask yourself, am I doing a karma or am I doing vikarma? Vikarma is what? Against this thing.
No manual, nothing.
Nothing.
Unethical, immoral.
Yeah, it's just basically, if you say that, okay, I'm actually doing this activity, there are, so some of the activities it is basically interwoven in our culture itself. In our Sanatana Dharma itself, it is automatically imbibed. We don't have to read our scriptures. Why? Because our ancestors, as read the scriptures, they practiced and it's been handed over to us. Right? And that's what, it is said that as parents, it is our prime duty to give this culture to our kids. If you don't give this culture to kids, that is the biggest failure from your side as a parent. You can say that, oh, my kid is a doctor. Oh, my kid is an electrical engineer. Oh, my kid is doing law. That's okay. Even if you are not there, your kid will have become a doctor or engineer because you didn't study for him or her. She or he studied, correct? You have only given the environment. If that is called, if this is there, what is this called?
Destiny.
Now, when we are born, something is written here.
Horoscope. Destiny.
And it is actually, it's called Vilupta Murthanna Libikramanam. How dangerous word it is. That is called a lipi. That's written in your head, because the baby in the womb of the mother. What is the position of baby? Mothers might be knowing, they are actually sleeping like this. Right? And the lipi here and here, it's connected. And that's what you are showing your hand. And an expert palmist can read. Not everybody. Expert palmist can read. Even I can also read your palm and say that, Prabhu, you will get 25,000 lottery in the age of 46 or 48. By the time he's 48, I'll be gone. How can he find me at the age of 48? So I can say anything. But the expert palmist, he will actually see the Vilipta Murthanna Lipikramanam. He can actually see, because this is written by the creator or the person who is responsible for the law of karma. He knows what he is. So that will actually happen. You are just an instrument. Don't think that I am a father of, my son is a doctor. No, we cannot take it's all accidentally. What you have done to get a son like that? What you have done? Tell me. what that boy has done to get a father like him. It's all happening accidentally. Bhagavatam saying, samyujjande vijujjande. We actually come together, we go away. Next life we will actually come together as a different father and son, we will go away. Transit visa. Next life we will actually come together, go away.
Prabhu, sorry to disturb you, I have a doubt. According to karma only we get parents, siblings and everything according to karma.
Yeah, but what you have done specifically that you will come and sit in Canada? Have you done anything?
I have done some good karma,
But
bad karma.
that we can actually say in a very peripheral level, Mataji. What is a good karma you have done? You can say that, okay, sitting in Canada and then having this, it's not in our control. We can say good karma, bad karma, right?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm just saying, like, what you have done in order to be proud of this thing. It's my son or father. For son or father. No, we cannot say. We are just instruments in the, and it is determined by the law of karma to be in that position. Correct? Is that you determining that to be a father or mother? No. Right?
Devotees will never see
Devotee, that's a different case. I'm talking about the law, the dynamics of law of karma. Right?
It's like mutual fund, you just invest and whatever
It comes by its own. Right? So, same way, this karma is all happening according to its own law. That's called law of karma by itself. It's beyond, it's very complex, it's beyond our understanding. So, that's what I'm just coming to the point, like, that's what you are thinking that, I'm actually providing to her. I mean, it will be provided otherwise. You have to provide because that is in your prarabdha that you have to provide. And we cannot take credit out of which. But you can take credit for one thing and only one thing, which is giving the culture to the kids. That no one will, Bhagavatam says that. Gurur na sasyat, janani na satyat, pita na sasyat. Right? A person who will actually is not a father. A person is not a janani. Janani means mother. A person who is not a guru, unless and until he or she takes his son or disciples into the hand of Lord. I repeat. A person is not a father or a mother or a guru unless and until that person is not giving God consciousness to his son or disciple. That is only one thing Bhagavatam says. Rest of everything you can, if you don't provide for this thing, the government will provide for them to give an education loan and they will study by themselves. Right? So, it's our false assumption that, okay, I am providing. But one thing you can do that it is our culture. So where we have come to this point is the culture is something which is interwoven in our fabric of life by our ancestors. That's what, when you just wake up, you have to take a bath. You should not be taking coffee without brushing the teeth. Can I say that? Somebody is called bed coffee. There is no bed coffee in the Shastras. Okay, you can take a drink only after taking bath. Taking bath, then you can actually fresh up. First thing and foremost thing is that you have to offer your prayers to the Lord. And then you have to take something. Right? I mean, these are all like, if you just start going there, I mean, tomorrow onwards nobody will come. So let's not even go there. But what I'm saying is that these are all like, karmas. Right? If you're actually following these karmas, what happens is that your existence will be purified. But these karmas, what you're doing, you are actually doing basically for sense enjoyment in a state of mode of goodness. Typical example that I've seen, like, if you've seen like persons who are actually born as like Brahmins, not now, but in earlier some of the maybe 80s or maybe 70s or even before that, we have seen that their life is designed in such a way that early morning we can see. I mean, actually, how many of you have some south of India, right? And you would have been familiar, like there's called Teru. Teru means their agraharams, streets, right? And if you just go walk in the morning, like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, you can see every place they have put columns. Column means arrangement in front of their home.
You can say Rangoli.
Rangoli, yeah, exactly, Rangoli. There's no rang, there's only white powder. That's only difference, right? There's no color, there's only white powder. And then there will be some mantras going on. There will be, there will be some classical music being recited from some houses. The classical music, somebody will be playing mridangam. Somebody will be actually, doing some Veda Parayana, all this kind of things, right? All there, and most of their houses will be surrounding one temple, right? Most of the agraharams or terus will be surrounding a temple. So what I'm saying is that their life is actually made in such a way that their activities are all like sattvic, right? But essentially, they are also enjoying their life. All these things they are doing. Why, Swami, why are you doing this thing? Oh, my son has to get a good job. Very rarely these Brahmins, they will be having an understanding of, of self-realization. Why? Because they are following what they've been taught. End of the day, their thing is also sense enjoyment only. To get a good job, to get this thing. But their lifestyle is being molded in a sattvic way. You see what I'm saying? So, similarly, a person who is actually following the karma kandi principles according to the shastras, according to the scriptures, they actually are karma kandis. A persons who are not even doing that, they are, according to shastra, they are living an animalistic life. It's not me saying don't shoot the messenger, but that's what it is.
And the manual says.
Manual says. So at least to become a karmi, we have to elevate to that level of basically, to adopt art of living. An art of living. Art of living is something wherein forget about our, what is that called? Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha and all these kind of things. Stay on Dharma at least. Forget about Moksha. No? Purushartha belongs to, is comprised of 4 things, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Right? So at least you do Dharma. And based on Dharma, you do Artha and Kama. Artha means what? Money and opulences. Kama means with this money, you have your desires. At least you do that. Right? At least we stay at that level of sattvic level. Right? That is what the Shastra is saying. So karmis, now you got an understanding who is a karmi. So let me ask a question again. What is the meaning of karma? Activities. Exactly. Activities as per the scriptures. As per the dharma. That is karma. Karma can also be, and these activities does have a reaction.
Yes.
Good activities?
Even good activities.
Jai, nice. See how confident he was. Right? Earlier he was just saying like, no, good activities, good karma. Now he is 100% confident. Hari bol. Very nice. Good activities also have reactions. Right? So definitely. We'll go to that. That's a long subject matter. But so karmis. So Krishna is saying like, even these fruity workers who are actually based on the scriptures, a yogi is much higher than him. Right? And a yogi is jnanibhyo api mato hisaha. And he is even bigger than the jnani. Now who is a jnani?
Knowledge.
Yeah. Jnana comes from the word knowledge, correct.
Yeah.
Jnani means?
Empiricist.
Prabhu said empiricist. Now you have to tell me what is an empiricist. Okay, hold on. What is a jnani?
Jnani who wants to concentrate on the Paramatma, which is at the God.
Oh my God. That is too much for me to understand.
Jnana is the one who knows about the self.
Huh?
The one who knows about the self.
One who knows about the self. Okay. Anybody else?
Inquisitive.
Inquisitive. Yes, that's a good one.
Seeking knowledge.
Seeker of knowledge. Yes. let the wheels spin.
One who practices the yoga knowledge.
One who practices the yoga knowledge. Yes. Jnani.
So, like in the Bhagavad Gita chapter, knowledge of the absolute, right?
Yeah.
So the knowledge is there, subject
Yes.
matter is there.
Ah.
The application of the subject matter is not there in the Jnani. So the Jnani is aware what to do to get to self-realization, to do that. However, the action requires bhakti, another yoga. Knowledge itself is not enough. Like in your subject matter expertise, right? Same thing.
Yeah, I understand that. So I will take the first part of it, but rather the second part of your answer, that a person who will not take the knowledge of the Shastras, and the knowledge of the Shastras is a jnani, a person who knows the knowledge of the Shastras, but he is not applying. That's a different thing. But at least he knows.
He knows. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that part. Yeah, it's good.
Theoretically, he knows.
He knows, yes. Correct.
Theoretically, he knows.
Yeah. So jnani is a person. All of your answers are correct. All this is a inquisitive. Somebody was saying about seeking knowledge. Somebody was saying some good answers were there. So a person who is very much inquisitive. That was another word. Inquisitive about understanding the above and beyond this what I'm saying. Okay. A person who is inquisitive of above and beyond what it is happening here. Now, what does that mean? A person who goes to office and he says that, okay, 401 is terrible. Yesterday it was like 30 minutes. Today it was 40 minutes, right? And he's never going that. Why? Why? Then he actually goes to his office. There he will get a big file of things to do. And then even after finishing off, his boss will actually beat him, not physically, but then with the pressure. Why? There is terrible politics in the office. Why? There is, when you after all these things, when you come back to the home, you're seeing that, okay, your actually neighbor has thrown trash into your this thing. Why? And then, and on the way, evening, okay, you just, go that, okay, at least I'll get some fresh air. And then you just go for an evening walk. And somebody was taking a dog and this dog was barking at you. Why? Right? Do you know, Prabhu? Somebody got upset by a dog barking at you. And the whole day was spoiled. Just got upset that the dog was barking at me. Another story. Why this is happening? Right? Why am I only getting this much of happiness wherein I have to go through so much of turbulence? So much of turbulence, right? And the happiness which I'm getting is proportionately very, very, very less, right? So things which I'm going through. So a jnani is a person will actually become a jitnyasu. Jitnyasu means?
No, is trying for spiritual activity.
No, jitnyasu means inquisitive.
Why is this?
Why this? Then he will actually start understanding about how the whole thing. That's when he will start understanding the law of nature, the karma, right? Okay, karma is happening. And behind the karma, there is a law of karma. Behind the law of karma, there is a person who had made a law of karma. Behind that person, there is a supreme person who has actually made this thing. So he goes like peeling the onions, right? What is it called? Peeling the onion. That's right. Peeling the onion, right? Keep on peeling the onion, and then see that, okay, there is somebody who is actually making everything work. Everything is being perfectly controlled and everything is perfectly organized by somebody. And when you come to know to that real conclusion, Prabhu and Mataji, is what is the real benefit of that, Can anybody make a guess?
Repeat the question, Prabhu.
When you start understanding the real science behind this, what will happen to you?
Without wasting our time, directly we will
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, what will happen to you? What will be your transformation?
The realization.
Realization.
Peace.
You said the point. What is that?
Peace.
Peace.
What, Prabhu?
Peace.
Peace.
Right? Peace. And that's what the bija mantra or the sutram of the jnana is Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You heard about that?
Yeah.
You will get peace. Because, for example, if I slap Swaminathan Prabhu for no reason, he will be crying the whole night. Right? But if slapped him, because what? He has stolen my chapati. And that's what I slapped him. Then will he cry? No. Because he knows that, okay, I was the right person to get the slap. Why? He has stolen my chapati. He knows the reason why he is punished. You see what I'm saying? If you know the reason why you are punished. For example, you are getting a bill from the police, right? You have crossed a speed limit, and our camera has caught you $500 this thing, right? If you have broken the rule, you have different mindset. If you have not broken the rule, you have a different mindset. Do you agree to that?
Yes.
If you have broken the rule, will you be peaceful or will you be in an understandable position to pay that thing? Will you get agitated?
No.
You will be sorrowed, but agitation will not be there. Correct? But if you have actually not committed this thing, and if you get a fight, you will be thoroughly agitated. You will be thinking like, what? I cannot. Right? So that is what. So you will get, a jnani will get, what? Chapati? What? Are you with me or not? Should we stop now?
Knowledge, no? Is it knowledge or realization? What is it, Prabhu?
Peace.
You are confusing us. Peace. I got confused.
So that's when you will get, and that is what will actually make him peaceful. And in that peaceful situation, he will be able to start his spiritual journey. Isn't that true, Prabhu? Just think about it. Just think about it. In a non-peaceful situation, you won't be able to start your spiritual journey. If your mind is peaceful, that's when you will be able to start your spiritual journey. So, a jnani, when you're actually hearing this for the first time, a jnani doesn't think that a person has actually become a devotee. A jnani is a person who understands the dynamics of the whole setup. He knows very well how it is happening. He knows very well there is a complete arrangement by which everything is happening perfectly. And to that person, nothing will affect, nothing will touch. And that is a very, sthita prajna. That's called it's a steady person. A shanda, a dhira, a sober person. That person cannot be moved. Krishna says that this yogi is even greater than jnani. So first one, Krishna says the yogi is greater than karmi. Second one, he is greater than jnani. Right? And third one, he is greater than tapasvi. Who is a tapasvi?
Yogi.
Yes. What? Medication?
Meditation, right?
Meditation. Jai, nice. Give a big round of applause. Do you know what is meditation, or your mommy told you? No, he knows. So, a tapasvi is a one who actually renunciate. Right? A person who wanted to, renounce the thing. Right? He wanted to achieve something, a bigger cause. There was a famous renunciant by the name Vishwamitra. Right? Very famous example. Everybody quotes Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra has filed a case in Supreme Court saying that the ISKCON people has taken my name millions of times. So we have to sue this ISKCON. So, but what to do? He is a great renunciate. He was a tapasvi, right? And then it's a long story. It's a wonderful story. If you get a time, just go and Google it. It's a wonderful. He was actually having a feud with Bhrigu Muni, and then Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya. He was a king. I forgot his name. It's a nice name. And then he saw that this Bhrigu Muni is having a cow. It's called Surabhi cow. Vashishta. Vashishta was having this Surabhi cow. And then, he thought how come this Vashishta, a poor sage, is having this Surabhi's speciality is that she can give whatever they want. So this Vishwamitra or this king was coming with his thousands of soldiers, and they were very tired, and they came to this Vashishta's ashrama. And then Vashishta said, no problem, I can give you whatever you want. And this cow was actually giving whatever these soldiers were wanting. Somebody said, I need a puri sabji. Somebody said that I need a paneer matar masala. Somebody said that I need a masala dosa. And somebody was South Indian also, right? Somebody said I need a rice sadam. This thing, that. Every single soldiers were being fed by this Surabhi. And this king was wondering how come she was able to feed all my soldiers. And that's when he could find out that, okay, this is because of the tapobalam, of the austerity, of the power of Vashishta. There was a long story of this feud between, and Vishwamitra said I will also become a great tapasvi like Vashishta, and that's when he started. So, long story short, so Vishwamitra was also a great tapasvi. So these tapasvis are doing certain activities for a bigger purpose. Now, what is the bigger purpose of a life? I need to have 10 million in my bank by the time I retire, or I need how many houses before I this thing? 5 houses, right? Very simple and very humble desire.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Realistic.
I just need to have one more house in Florida, right? My son needs 2 houses in this whatever. That is our highest level. This desire is something even before. Tapasvi is actually talking about they wanted to have all these siddhis. You know what is siddhis? One of the simple siddhis is if I sit here, I am thinking like that. I'm just thinking, let Pidambar Prabhu start dancing now. I just simply think like that. Pidambar Prabhu will start and dance. Right? I'll simply sing that. I'll think that, okay, let there be rain, and there will be rain. Right? I should be able to control the things. That is siddhi. And that is not about, your, 4 houses or 10 million. This is much, much, much bigger than that. It's huge. This is siddhis. You can actually travel from one place to another at the speed of mind. You can able to control the things, even the elements also. That is siddhi we are talking about. Right? So, this is for a higher purpose. So here Vishwamitra was also doing for a greater purpose. Why? Because he wanted to defeat Vishwamitra. Even created a Swarga called Trishangu Swarga. Right? That's a beautiful story, another story. Yeah. But then we all come to know that these are all simple things in front of our, the real purpose. That's what it's kind of like. The same story, if you say, Vishwamitra was actually doing this penance, and then this Indra got agitated. You know Indra? Right? Indra is the king of the heaven. And then he was really got agitated, or he got scared. Why? Because if a person is actually doing this tapas for a longer time, he will become eligible to become Indra. He can become eligible to become an Indra. So whenever and wherever somebody is doing penance, Indra will become agitated at the first place. Indra is actually looking wherever is anybody doing a yajna, right? He has blocked so many people's yajna just like that, right? So here Vishwamitra was also doing a yajna, tapas, meditation at this penance, and then Indra was disturbed. Indra said okay, and if there is somebody doing some kind of a penance, the first and foremost thing Indra will do is what? He will send his, he will put his trump card. What is his trump card? Right? And then Indra has actually sent the best of the best Apsara. Apsara means is a damsel. That's the right word. Celestial beauty, in other words. Heavenly beauty, right? Extremely beautiful. Celestial means an out of the world beautiful. So when they came, so this guy, Vishwamitra, was actually doing this penance. And then this Menaka came. By simply hearing the ankle bells of Menaka and by hearing the dance, the sound of Menaka, Vishwamitra got disturbed. And then his penance or his tapas broke. And then it happened that this Vishwamitra got attracted with Menaka, and then from them a girl was born. It's called Shakuntala, right? So we can see this tapobalam. If it is not for the real purpose, you can be easily, disturbed. Vishwamitra, after that, Menaka left that saying, my purpose is done, so I'm going now. And he said, like, what? So you've been cheating me, right? And then Vishwamitra got even more energetic, and then he started tapas again. And then Indra again got scared, and Indra sent another, set of damsels. Ramba. She came, but this time Vishwamitra was like real strong. And Vishwamitra cursed Ramba to become a stone. Yeah. Right? So that's what. In the next yuga, what happened? So this is one example of Vishwamitra. Now we'll talk about the real renunciation. In the next yuga, Naranarayana Rishis, right? Two Rishis, Nara and Narayana. These are incarnation of Arjuna and Krishna. They were actually doing tapas in the Badrikashrama. And guess who got disturbed?
Indra.
Same. He got disturbed and he sent again his army. Who is army? All the celestial damsel of the best, right?
This time is more than half.
And they were actually doing great dance and everything. And this Naranarayan Rishis were, not at all touched by that, not at all moved by that. And then they were dancing and dancing. And what happens if you dance for a long time? They get tired, right? And they actually said that, okay, no, this is not working, right? We have to try something else. So they left. When they left, Narayana Rishi called them back. Come. I'm so pathetic. I'm feeling so sorry for you, right? But do one thing. This is not enough. You take one more girl with you. So he slapped on his thigh, right? From his uru. Uru means thigh. And from thigh came a celestial beauty called Urvashi. From the uru of this Narayana Rishi came Urvashi is the daughter of Narayana, Lord Narayana himself. She came, and by seeing this celestial beauty, half of them got fainted there itself. Right? And that's why it's called, and they just came to seduce him, and from him came the greatest celestial beauty which seduced them. Right? So that's what the beauty of this tapasvi is. A tapasvi is a person who is actually extremely powerful. Right? When this tapasvi is not able to perform this tapas for the right purpose, then it is as simple as the other categories also, right? Like this Vishwamitra. Right? So here we have to understand that the yogi which Krishna is going to explain in the next verse, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, this yogi is greater than this tapasvi. Is greater than the jnani. Is greater than the karmis. And now you have to understand, we are not talking about any ordinary people, are we? Are we talking about any ordinary people here today? No. The karmis, the jnanis and the tapasvis are extraordinary people. extraordinary people, correct? And you have to become that yogi Arjuna. And I'm going to tell you now who is that yogi. And that's what Krishna is telling Arjuna in the last verse of the shloka, which very nicely explains the real characteristics of yogi. And that's when a devotee will be uplifted. A devotee will be the position of a devotee will be uplifted above and beyond all these different stages of becoming a karmi or a jnani or a yogi or a, when I say yogi, the tapasvi, the ashtanga yogi or whoever it is, become that yogi Arjuna who is able to, and that's what Prabhupada is saying, right? Asceticism without a self-knowledge is imperfect. Self-knowledge, that is a yoga. Empiric knowledge without surrender to Supreme Lord is imperfect. Surrender, that is yoga. And fruity work without Krishna consciousness is a waste of time. So Krishna consciousness is a yoga. So yoga, when you say yoga, don't think that yoga is a position. Yes, let me put that way. Is a yogi is a position. A yogi is a one who actually has established a particular relationship with someone. Who is that someone? Supreme Lord. Right? If I'm actually have established a relation with him, I am also a yogi. Technically called yogi, because I am in yogam with him, in connection with him. Correct? Oh, he is my best friend. There is a connection. So we are in yogam. Right? But that is not the yogi we are talking about. That's exactly why Krishna is saying that, Arjuna, the yogi which you are thinking is not the yogi I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about the yogi who is really connected with me. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena andaratmana. Right? He's going to explain the real definition of yogi. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop here. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Of what we've discussed today?
And Mataji will continue next week.
Mataji is going to...
Prabhuji, for everyone's benefit, can you say the 8 limbs of yoga?
I've already explained once.
No, you can, in order you can explain, just name it.
Oh, okay. So first one is yama, right? Second one is niyama. Then third one is asana. Then pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. I've explained already all these things in
only the
detail.
names.
Right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Any questions?
I have only one question, bro.
Yes.
It's not about the subject we were talking, it's a general question. So if we are sincerely trying to practice Krishna consciousness, there are some obstacles. How to overcome that?
Okay. That is not only for Krishna consciousness, Prabhu. That's for everything, correct? If you just wanted to wake up early morning and chant the holy name, there was no obstacle. I was not able to do chanting today morning. Prabhu, he was actually giving severe chastisement today. There was obstacles. Obstacles will come in all the areas, right? Especially when you are actually doing the spiritual things, you will get even more, right? Why? Because these obstacles are caused by us only. The reason for the obstacles, there are unseen obstacles. For example, you are getting sick. We are not talking about those gross obstacles. We are talking about the subtle things which actually... Are we talking about the same thing, Prabhu? Or you are talking about, oh, Prabhu, today was snowing, I was not able to come. No, we are not talking about that. That is gross obstacles.
Yeah.
Those are things which we can overcome to some extent, but we just give that the benefit of doubt to that, or we just give the benefit to that, right? I'm sick, okay, I'm sick, I cannot do anything, that's fine. But I'm not able to do that even in my sound condition. We are talking about that, correct? Yes. So these obstacles are created by Swayam Kridartham. Bhagavad says that. It's only me who is actually an obstacle for me, right? Avadhuta Brahmana in the Bhagavatam, there is one shloka which is saying, like, That's a beautiful slogan. Nayam janomi sukha dukkha hetu. My jana means the people who are actually thinking to be my jana are not the cause of my sukha or dukkha. Na devatatma griha karma palaha. Na devata, the devatatmas, the demigods, all these people are not responsible. Griha karma. Oh, I'm thinking, because my horoscope, my Jupiter is sitting, looking face to face with Saturn, and that's what is a problem for me. No, let Jupiter and Saturn look each other. What's the problem for me? Right? So, griha karma pala. Karma pala means all these controllers of all these things, they're not the reason. Right? But who is that? Mana eva paramatmanandi. My only mind is the reason. He realizes that. My thing, my mind and my consciousness is what's actually blocking me. So, to answer the question, Prabhu, why there are so many obstacles? So we just need to analyze these obstacles in detail and see what is really causing that. And then 80% is true, I'm guaranteed it's you only is causing that blockage. Nobody is coming in between. You think that, my wife is actually pushing me every day morning, saying that, do this, wash the pots, make puttu, make this thing, clean this thing. Why you smiling, Yogan Prabhu? Yogan Prabhu cannot stop smiling at all. And Mataji is also smiling there. Right? The moment we talk about puttus, Yogan Prabhu started smiling. Not smiling, laughing.
Realization.
Exactly. So that is what Prabhu. I mean, it's we have all the might and we have all the power and intelligence given by Krishna to overcome all these things. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Uddharet atman atmanam, na atmanam avasadhet." You have to uddhara means to uplift. You uplift yourself by you. Uddharet atman atmanam. There are 2 times Atma is coming. One Atma is your mind, and the second Atma is by you. Now, what does that mean? You is your intelligence, and with that superior intelligence, you uplift your mind. So, we have to apply our super intelligence based on the Shastras, Prabhu. These motivational speakers, what they will do? They will uplift you, right? They will actually tell you something which you have. They are not giving you $1,000 and say, go, solve your problem. No. They are actually telling and pointing out something within you and enlightening or triggering that something which will actually work with you. Correct? And that is exactly what it is doing. And this is the greatest and the supermost and the subtle form of, what is it called? The energy booster or moral booster. Right? So we have to take shelter of the Shastras, and we have to take shelter of the devotees who can actually tell you or speak to you in a language which is easily digestible for you. And they will actually tell you and inspire you, Prabhu, this is your problem, and let's work it out together. And then you see Prabhu slowly and steadily. I'm not saying that overnight you will be able to overcome your things and you will become a Superman. No. Because our conditioning is so thick and bad. Our conditioning is so thick and bad that overnight we cannot say no to things. We have to take so much of effort of, unwinding. Unwinding. I also always give this example of a magnet. Let's say we got a magnet here. And what is the natural propensity of a magnet? To attract a iron. Correct? So now, this is a fresh and a brand new magnet. So if I just put an iron here, automatically it's got attracted. Right? Now what happens is that over the period of time, I am taking birth and death and birth and death and birth and death, which actually accumulates so much of this karmas and so much of this sanskaras on me. So it's just like, winding a insulation tape on top of that. It's just like a dirt. Our soul is actually getting accumulated with this dirt. And because this dirt will actually function as an insulation. So we've been just, winding and winding and winding. Now the insulation become this thick. The magnet is only this much. Insulation is this thick. Now if I put a iron here, will this get attracted?
No.
Why? Is that anything to blame the iron? Who is to be blamed? It is that. Unwind, 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 unwind. And then you will slowly see some motion here, some kind of action here. And then when you unwind, Prabhu, this will slowly start coming to you. And that's when you realize that, okay, I am getting transformed. See, Prabhu, we believe, how many of you believe in magic or miracle?
Yeah.
Nobody? Come on, just... Okay, I have a question to people who didn't raise their hands. Nobody believe in miracles?
Yes.
We believe in miracles, right? We have seen miracles.
Yes.
What is a real miracle?
Solar
Real
system or anything.
solar system?
Solar system or the universe or anything.
Yes, that's a miracle. Well, that is what is the right word for that? That is a that's a wonder. I was looking for that word. It's a wonder, right?
It's a miracle because we don't understand.
Understand it, exactly. It's not, I mean, the miracle word, I'm just looking for something like which surprises you. This is a wonder, right? Miracle is something like it happens in front of you. Oh, I went to this temple and I saw the Havan. And when I was looking at this flame, I saw the form of Krishna. Right? Wow, that is a miracle. Oh, I went to this place. And then somebody was calling me by the name from the behind. That is a miracle. Oh, I got this thing, and it's a miracle. These are all the miracles we believe in. No. These are all like petty miracles, folks. You will actually put something and you lit the fire. If you stare at for 30 minutes, you will still see Krishna's flame in there. Because it's there, right? The miracle we're talking about is not that. The miracle is happening deep inside you. A person who was not able to control his senses, when he started controlling his senses and started doing four regulative principles, if there is transformation inside, and when you look back, you see that there was one person 50 years or 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and that person has changed to this person, that is miracle. See what I'm saying? That is transformation. And that is why we don't believe in so much of gimmicks and so much of this thing and so much of fancies. We are no frills. What's the meaning of no frills? No frills.
No.
Right? Yeah. We are no frills. Stick to the basics, Prabhu. And these basics will do wonder. And that's what I know this Bhagavatam says. And there is one question in Bhagavatam, I think asked by the Prachetas, I believe. I might be wrong. What is the greatest success of a person? The greatest successful person. What is the definition of a successful person? Like 4 houses, right, Prabhu?
No, I mean,
No, I'm just joking.
yeah, so success basically defined like materialistically, depends on what you want to achieve, right? How is accumulation,
Exactly.
what and what not.
That is the definition of all of us. Or even we may think that, okay, I want peace of mind.
Right.
I want everything to be very peaceful, calm. Some people will actually even go beyond that. I want to be universally friendly with everybody. Right? These are all like successful, this thing. But internally, your mind is
Restless.
rebelling. We are thinking that, okay, we are doing something great. Right? No, we are not doing nothing we are doing. Everything, every capabilities. Yad vibhudimat sattvam Srimat Urjidam Evava. Tat tat evava gachatvam mama tejo amsha sambhava. Krishna says, whatever you are doing. See, I am speaking and things are coming to my memory, right? Do I think that's my one donkey was carrying the Krishna's idol? One donkey was carrying the idol of Krishna. And this person was taking this donkey and he was what is that called? Idol maker. What do you call it? Idol maker, right?
Sculpture.
Sculpture, yeah, sculpture, thank you. He's a sculptor, and he was keeping all the idols of Krishna on the back of the donkey, and he was carrying that to the market. And this donkey was moving, and everybody was actually looking at the donkey, and he was offering obeisances. And the donkey started thinking, look at me. Holy! I was not knowing that this many people were actually, was respectful to me, right? And he was just actually looking, like now the donkey was started looking like this. Wow, somebody was falling down and paying obeisances to the donkey, right? And the donkey was thinking like, amazing, unbelievable, right? I am something out of this world. Now, he went to the market, he has sold all these idols, and the sculpture and the donkey are returning back. And then now donkey is like, now people started, Now what happens? And then the donkey was thinking like, let me do some trick. And he started singing also. Now what happens? A donkey sings. They were just throwing, and throwing the stones, and they were just beating. And they were thinking like, what's wrong? Few minutes ago they were actually, worshipping me, bowing down before me. But now it's not happening. What was the reason they were bowing before you?
Because the Lord was
Because the qualities of the Lord was there. We are all donkeys, Prabhus and Matajis, just carrying this bunch of, these things within us, and a limited, whatever that many, tiny, minuscule abilities we are thinking, and we are thinking like we are the top of the world, we are the king of the world. The moment you have taken away, Prabhus, the greatest scientist after Einstein, so to speak, is called the modern scientist Stephen Hawking. How many of you know Stephen Hawking? Have you seen Stephen Hawking's last videos? He cannot even speak. He couldn't even speak. But he was the greatest atheist. Even the pathetic situation, he was talking about atheism. Right? His abilities were brutally taken away from him. Brutally. And that was a living example in front of us. That no matter whatever you are, when your abilities have been taken away, you are nothing. You are simply a piece of flesh. So, going back to the point. Serious introspection about you, based on the Shastric evidences, and with the sincere association of devotees, will solve most of your problems. But again, unwrapped, right? And don't think that this will solve in a day or two or anything. Probably we might be taking some time, But we have to unwrap. And we are in the right process of doing it.
And Prabhu, if I may add,
Please.
Chant
Absolutely.
Hare Krishna.
That's a process which I said, right?
Application.
Just look at this thing, application is chant the holy name, read the scriptures, associate with devotees. I think I should stop. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.
While having prasad, we can have.
Yes. Very good. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Please forget me. Not forget. Forgive me if I have. Don't forget me, please. Please forgive me if I have committed anything wrong, if I said something bad or anything like that. But all the glories go to our Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.